To keep yourself updated, subscribe to Indigo Learn and click the bell icon.
Friends, today let us discuss about accounting as a measurement discipline. Let us talk about two cricketers, Sachin Tendulkar and Virat Kohli. Sachin, if I say, is shorter than Virat Kohli. Now, on what basis am I saying that? Or if I say Virat Kohli is taller than Sachin Tendulkar, on what basis am I saying that? I am measuring the height of two individuals and then I am saying, hey, Sachin is only 5 feet 5 inches, but Virat Kohli is 5 feet 9 inches. So, I am able to standardize, or I am first able to identify the individuals that I have to measure. Then, using some scale, I am actually measuring them, and that measurement is repeatable for different people. And then I am saying, so height of Sachin Tendulkar is 5'5" and height of Virat Kohli is 5'9". So, I am using a scale, or I am using a specific discipline for measurement. Same thing can happen even with weight. So, we may say there is, say for example, Sachin Tendulkar is only 62 kilos weight. You may say Virat Kohli is 68 kilos weight. Now, if you want to say that, basically you are using some specific weighing mechanism to understand what the weight of those two individuals is. So, friends, please understand here, you are using some basis for measurement. You are using what? Basis for measurement. Now, why is that important? Now, I can simply say, Sachin is short. Now, Sachin would have achieved a lot of things. A lot of people keep saying, right, Sachin is short, Sachin is short. Arey, how short? Shorter than you? Shorter than me? Taller than whom? So, how do you really bring that into something which is more standardized? How can you really bring it into something which is comparable against something else? So, if I say, hey, don't simply say tall, short, Sachin is 5 feet 5 inches. Now, that is the height of Sachin Tendulkar. Now, if I say that this is the height of an individual, then you can evaluate, oh, compared to Virat Kohli, Sachin might be short. Maybe compared to my son, who is only 3 feet tall, maybe Sachin is quite taller, right? So, basically, you can't simply say somebody is short, somebody is tall. You are talking about measurement. You understand that point here? You are talking about measurement. Okay. Now, why is this measurement important? Friends, even in the world of accounting, if I say that, hey, I bought an asset. Okay, you bought an asset. How valuable? Oh, very high. What is this high, very, interesting, big? Don't use random words like that which don't really help us define what exactly the value is. You know, if I simply say, I bought an asset, it is very valuable. Similar to somebody saying, I know Sachin Tendulkar is short. Arey, don't say that. You have to be very specific as to what is the height of Sachin to evaluate compared to whom he is tall, compared to whom he is short. So, for you to evaluate that. Now, similarly, if you talk about an asset, don't simply say, and I bought an asset and that asset is very valuable. Arey, assign a value to it. What is the value you are going to assign to it? So, if you don't bring value into picture, if you don't measure it, you can't say this much. You can't say this much. If you can't say this much, accounting will just be like artwork. Please think about it. Accounting will just be like artwork. I don't know how much. It is nice. How is this modern art? It is nice. You can just rate it on a scale of 1 to 10 how nice it is. Now, friends, that is not enough, because here actually money is coming in, money is going out, value for that money has to be measured. So, considering all these points, we need good measurement discipline. In this chapter, we are going to understand what those measurement disciplines are. Okay, now let us continue the example of Sachin Tendulkar. He is one of my favorite cricketers, and so is Virat Kohli. So when Sachin Tendulkar has achieved so many things in life in terms of scores in one days, test crickets and so on, there is a way in which that is being measured. Think about it. There is a way in which that is being measured. There are, I would say, valuation disciplines for knowing how many runs he has scored, of course. So, you know how many runs he has scored based on the total of all the runs that he scored in all the matches put together. Then, how many centuries, how many half centuries. For all these, there is a count, right? That is why you are able to measure it. Now, sometimes people say, hey, Virat Kohli is coming close to matching Sachin Tendulkar's records. Maybe Virat Kohli someday might cross those records. Now, you are able to say that Virat Kohli is performing well and he might one day possibly cross Sachin's records because there is measurement that happened for Sachin's records. There is also measurement that is happening for Virat Kohli's records. So friends, please understand, there is a measurement happening at the first place. If you can't measure, you can't compare. If you can't compare, you can't even say whether the performance of one is better than last period or worse than last period, better than other person or worse than other person. So basically this measurement is super critical when it comes to accounting. As I said, you need to know, okay, I purchased an asset, how much? I sold, at what value? I purchased some raw material, what is the cost of that raw material? Then I think some portion of the sales, credit sales what we made will not pay money to us. Okay, what portion of credit sales? How much possibility is that? We need to bring it into numbers. This is a number game. So here in this chapter we are going to understand more about how we can do that. Friends, we said that accounting is a measurement discipline. Let us think about it. Say we went to a shop, paid 10,000 rupees, bought some material. Okay, so you exactly know that 10,000 worth of money has been paid out for that material to come in, straightforward. Now you can account for that purchase and say this purchase is for 10,000 because you exactly know what you paid. Okay, now you got that material, you sold it at 14,000 rupees. You got that and sold it at 14,000 rupees. Even this is clear because you actually sold it at 14,000 and got 14,000 rupees. So this is also crystal clear. I got something worth 10,000, I sold it at 14,000. So 14,000 of revenue, if you have to write, that is also crystal clear, no confusion about it. But think about it, in accounting, there will be many things which will not be this clear. Now, what could such things be? I have to estimate. Whenever we purchase assets, we have to estimate, hey, for how many years can we use this particular asset in our business? For example, we bought a car. For how many years can we use this car in our business? We need to make an estimation or an assessment. Now, if you have to make an estimation regarding the number of years for which you have to use a car, tell me, is it as clear as I bought it at 10,000, I sold it at 14,000? Is it as clear as that? No, it is not as clear as that. But you are using a judgment. You are using a judgment. What exactly are you doing, friends? You are basically using a professional judgment. What kind of judgment is it? Professional judgment, and saying, hey, I think to the best of our knowledge, we might use this car for 5 years, 10 years. Based on that, we will provide for something called as depreciation. We will learn about all these concepts as we move into the other chapters. So, we are making a best estimation, best guess of life of that particular asset, and based on that we are trying to provide for depreciation. So while I say that accounting is a measurement discipline, friends also understand there is that level of estimation. Now after I make estimation, I can't simply say I will use car for some number of years. That is not acceptable because some number of years is too vague versus 5 years. 10 years. Now, this is being more specific. So, we have to use in some cases some assumptions, some judgments, some estimates. While we use all these assumptions, estimates, etc., the idea is as much as possible, we should take the help of those to come to a number which will be helpful for us to measure that particular account. So we should be able to measure, say 5 years, 10 years. Based on that, we might provide depreciation and so on. So that way it is important for us to have in our mind that in accounting, yes, we talk about measurement. Some measurements are easy to do, but some measurements will be complicated, but still we have to do those measurements in order to do our accounting.